Have you ever broken down and no one knew? No one saw you sitting in that dark room, eyes open but spirit shattered. You didn't cry out loud, you just sank quietly, swallowed by your own silence. You smiled in public, but inside was war. You've whispered to yourself, "I'll change. This time, I mean it." But then, the next morning came, and nothing changed. You hit snooze again. You skipped the gym. You made another excuse. You forgave yourself too easily, again and again, until you stopped believing your own promises. You thought someone would come save you, a mentor, a friend, a moment of magic that would change everything. But no one came. No one is coming. And not because they don't care, but because they can't fight your battles for you. This is your war. You versus you. Look at yourself. How many times have you betrayed your own word? How many times have you said tomorrow only to repeat yesterday? You stand in front of the mirror and see the same tired eyes, the same unfinished goals, the same pain masked behind a fake smile. You scream silently inside. Why can't I break free? I hear you. Because I've been there, drowning in disappointment, smothered by my own lies, chained by comfort and fear. But listen closely. If you are still breathing, if your heart is still beating, then you are not done. You still have a chance to rise, to fight back, to become the version of you that you promised yourself you'd be. And the power to do that, it's not out there, it's in you. Have you ever had that dream where you're running as fast as you can, but you're not moving? You push harder, legs, burning lungs, gasping, yet the finish line doesn't get closer. You look down and realize it's your own hand pulling you back. You are your own anchor. That's not just a dream. That's your life right now. You say, "I'm tired, I'm too busy. I'll start when I'm ready." Let's be real. You've been saying that for months, maybe years. And every time you do, you build another wall between who you are and who you're meant to be. It's not the world holding you back. It's not your boss, your parent, your partner, or your past. It's you. You're losing because you're allowing it. You sabotage your own rise with comfort. You cling to excuses because they feel safer than growth. You delay the work because deep down, you're scared of who you could become if you actually gave it 100%. But here's the truth. You cannot defeat what you're not willing to confront, and the hardest enemy to face is the one that sleeps in your bed, lives in your skin, and speaks in your voice. It whispers, "Let's skip today. Let's just rest. It's not the right time." But let me ask you, when will it ever be? There's never a perfect day. There's only now. And you're either your biggest ally or your worst enemy. You say you want to change, then stop getting in your own way. Stop making peace with the version of you that keeps losing. Stop pretending that one day change will just show up at your door. It won't. You have to fight for it. And the fight starts with one brutal, honest admission. It's me. I'm the one holding myself back, and I'm done losing. There are only two kinds of people in this world. The first group, they spend their whole lives pointing fingers. They blame their parents for how they were raised. They blame the government, the economy, their teachers, their ex, their boss. They blame time, age, genetics. They blame everything except themselves. Every setback becomes someone else's fault. Every failure is wrapped in a story of unfairness. They live with this constant belief, if life had treated me better, I would have made it. And maybe that feels comforting. Maybe it takes the pressure off. Maybe it's easier to sleep at night when the blame is on someone else. But here's the truth, blame might make you feel better for a moment, but it will never set you free. Then there's the second kind of person. They go through the same storms, the same losses, the same pain. But instead of pointing fingers, they look in the mirror and ask, what can I do now? What's still in my control? They don't wait for the world to hand them fairness. They build their own way forward. They take responsibility for their life, even the parts they didn't cause. Not because it's their fault, but because it's their future. This second group doesn't live easier lives. They just make harder choices that lead to growth, not excuses. You know what's powerful? Taking ownership, owning your mistakes, your mess-ups, your missed chances. Because when you own your life, you can change it. But as long as you keep blaming, you're handing your power away. You're saying, I'm not in control. And the moment you say that, you've already lost. So choose. Do you want comfort or do you want freedom? Because freedom doesn't come from blame. It comes from you doing the hard, honest work and rising again and again, even when it hurts. We expect others to keep their promises to us. A friend says, I'll be there, and we hold them to it. A partner says, I won't hurt you, and we believe them. A boss says, you'll get that raise, and we wait. But what about you? What about the promises you make to yourself? You've said it before, I'll start waking up early. I'm going to the gym this time. I'll cut the junk food. I'm going to finish that course. I swear I'll never skip another day again. And then you do. One broken promise at a time. And you think it doesn't matter because no one saw, but someone did see. You saw. And every time you break your word to yourself, you chip away at something vital: self-trust. You want confidence. It's not built in front of a mirror. It's built in the silence of your daily choices, the ones no one claps for, the ones no one knows about. But you do. You keep looking for others to believe in you. But do you believe in you? If your word means nothing to yourself, then how can it mean something to the world? And the worst lie isn't the one you tell to others. It's the one you whisper to yourself at night, that you're trying, that you care, that you'll change tomorrow. If you won't fight for your own promises, why should anyone else believe in your vision? But here's the shift. You don't need to overhaul your life in one day. You just need to keep one promise, one small thing, every day. Wake up when you said you would. Drink the water. Do the workout. Show up. Do that enough times and suddenly, your reflection looks different. Not because your body changed, not because your bank account grew, but because you finally kept your word. You stopped lying to yourself, and you started becoming someone you could believe in. You keep waiting for motivation, that perfect wave of energy, that right moment when everything feels aligned and suddenly you feel ready. But let me be honest with you, that moment isn't coming. Successful people don't feel motivated all the time. They don't wake up every day with fire in their chest and music playing in the background. They feel tired. They feel stressed. They feel lazy too. But they show up anyway. Not because of some magical motivation, but because they've built discipline. Discipline is doing it regardless of how you feel. It's showing up when you'd rather sleep in. It's pushing through when no one's watching. It's keeping your word when your mind screams, just skip it. Motivation is a visitor. Discipline is a resident. And if you want lasting change, stop waiting to feel good and start doing what's necessary. Every day is a test, and no one's grading you. There's no applause, no audience, just you and the decision you make. So build systems, not moods. Write a promise to yourself every morning. Create a calendar that holds you accountable. Set a time, a place, a rule, then obey it like your future depends on it, because it does. And when the moment comes where you want to quit, you whisper, "This is the battle. This is where warriors are made. I'm not doing this because I feel like it. I'm doing it because I said I would." That's the edge. Not talent, not energy, not hype. Consistency born from self-command. You think champions are born? No. They are forged in sweat and silence and solitude, where no one cheers, but everything changes. So the next time you don't feel like it, Remember this, discipline is choosing your future over your feelings, and you'll never rise if you keep bowing to comfort. You've said it before, life isn't fair. I didn't choose this. I deserve better. Maybe you're right, maybe life did hit you harder than most. Maybe you were dealt a difficult hand, pain, betrayal, loss. But here's what you need to understand. Being a victim might explain your pain, but it will never change your future. Victims wait. They wait for someone to come rescue them. They wait for justice, for apology, for closure. They wait for a lucky break, for the right time for someone to fix it. But what if no one comes? What if the truth is this? No one is coming to save you. That's not cruel. That's empowering. Because if no one is coming, then everything is on you. And that means you have the power to change it all. You are not a victim. You are a warrior who forgot who they were. A warrior doesn't wait. They act. They fall, but they rise. They bleed, but they keep fighting. They don't blame the past. They build from it. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to stop saying, "Why me?" and start asking, "What now?" Shift yourself from waiting to working, from blaming to building, from hurt to healing, from victim to victor. There's a version of you on the other side of this war, stronger, clearer, disciplined, alive. But you don't get to meet them by sitting in the ashes. You meet them by standing up and fighting forward. You have a choice. Repeat your story or rewrite it. So stop telling the world what broke you. Start showing the world what you're building. Because your pain doesn't define you, how you rise from it does. You, the one still listening, the one who's made it this far. You are a warrior, but somewhere along the way, you forgot. You've been walking through life wounded, silent, exhausted, thinking you're weak, thinking it's over. But I'm here to tell you, it's not over. You're still breathing. That means you still have a chance. So hear me now. Stand up, wipe the blood, move forward, not tomorrow, now. You've waited long enough, you've doubted long enough, you've played small long enough. No more. This is your line in the sand. This is the moment everything changes, not because the world shifts, but because you do. And if you ever forget this moment, if you ever feel yourself slipping again, stay here, I'll remind you who you are. I won't let you forget the fire inside you. Because once a warrior awakens, they never go back to sleep. Remember this feeling, the awakening, the fire blazing in your chest. It's not a coincidence. It's your destiny calling. You weren't born to wait in line to relive meaningless days. You were born to do something great for yourself, your family, and for the world. If you tremble, act while trembling. If you doubt, take the next step in doubt. But never ever stop. Laziness is the silent killer. Procrastination is the assassin of dreams and comfort. It's the deadliest trap of all. It's time to rip off the blanket of mediocrity and charge into the battlefield of life. Rise, roar, walk forward with everything you've got. Because you are a warrior, and warriors don't wait for the perfect moment, they create it. The best time is right now.